boiled,
we've toiled.
and cooked up a storm in our humble kitchen
Now we invite you on a gastronomical tour of KZN.
as we encounter the culinary genius of various chefs at our favorite restaurants in the province.
So join us on this journey as we traverse our beautiful province, right here on Love at First Bite. Now we're moving.
Well, hello again and welcome to Love at First Bite.
Yes, we're here today in the fascinating north of Durban.
North of Durban,
Yeah.
right here on the beach.
Yes, the north coast, actually, not north of Durban. Well, it is, I guess.
North Coast. Well, the North
Coast. It's such a lively, wonderful place. We're in Amshloti, and walking along the beach, we found some excellent flotsam and jetsam, and one of them was Pray Ready.
Prev Reddy, the
Yes.
very famous Prev Reddy. We're quite delighted to have him here
Yes,
on
wonderful
the show today.
stage performer. He's done brilliantly on social media, does some excellent videos. And he was suntanning on the beach, so we decided to invite this handsome gentleman in and help us with the cooking.
Yeah, apparently he's an amazing cook.
Except for the hair, though. It's a bit
hair?
weird, yeah.
Oh, I like the hair.
Oh, okay. Well,
All right.
anyway. Let's
So
meet
let's invite
Kev.
Prev Reddy.
Hi.
Hello, Prev. How are you?
Good, thanks.
Welcome.
How are you, young man?
To Love at First
I'm
Bite.
so excited. Whenever there's food, I'm always excited to be around.
Yes.
Also, I wasn't suntanning.
What were you
We
doing?
don't suntan, we sunburn.
Okay,
Ah,
so you
yeah.
were just burning.
Burning in the sun.
Okay.
You were burning in the sun.
Yes.
And for the record, I love the hair.
Thank you so much.
I love
It's
it.
Stress. Okay, you know what I'm talking about.
I know, you can see
It
that.
happens.
Well, you're not married for 30 odd years, so.
Are you
Nobody's having a
complaining?
stressful life. Yeah, exactly.
All right, so Prev, we're
Yes.
cooking some lovely seafood. How do you feel about seafood?
If I could eat seafood for the rest of my life, I would.
Serious?
Really?
Yeah. Now my cooking skills. I mean, I can cook, but when it's seafood, I can make sushi.
Okay.
Sushi doesn't require cooking. So,
Yes. All right, that's about sums it up.
Yeah.
And I think today we're inspired by all of the wonderful surf,
Yes.
the sands,
You can
the
smell
wind
it.
in our hair.
yeah.
Oh, it's just absolutely refreshing being here. It feels like we're in the middle of holidays.
yeah, literally.
Yes.
This is
Okay,
the
so now do you want to tell us what you're cooking?
Yes, so as I said, inspired by all of the wonderful
Sea.
ambiance of the sea, we are going to be doing, well, as our starter, we have some
my favorite.
tentacles, really?
This is my favorite.
So we're going to be doing calamari heads,
Okay.
squid heads,
Okay.
and of course we're deep frying it. It's
Okay.
going to be crisp and crunchy and just
Wow.
gobble it
Okay.
all up.
Yep.
And then I have some beautiful rainbow trout.
Okay, we'll talk about the rainbow trout as the main, right?
It's
So
the
we'll-
main.
okay,
So
when we
rainbow
get there-
trout is the main,
Okay.
and as you can see, it's so beautifully filleted. And I'm just going to show you the other side. If you're wondering why it's called a rainbow trout,
I had no
you see
idea.
that? Yeah,
It's the colors.
it's the
I can
colors.
see-
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got it now.
And Kubi's colorblind, so Prev,
I
you better
know.
get it.
I had
Yeah.
no idea. When I found out. Yeah,
Yes.
I know.
Okay.
And then, of course, we have some beautiful shelled and deveined prawn,
So what you're
which is
gonna
going
do-
to be served with the rainbow trout.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Yum.
Yum. And then I have just blanched some asparagus heads. So we're going to be serving
Do you know
this.
what blanched is?
No, I thought it was a surname of a white person.
So blanched was we just seeped it in boiling water.
Okay.
And then I removed it and then I just seeped it in icy cold water.
Oh.
And then so it preserves all of the color as well. It cooks it. So
Okay.
we're just going to dust this with some corn flour and we're going to fry them, flash fry them.
Oh,
so I
my
think
word.
it's going to be
Okay.
absolutely
It's
amazing.
Like a coating, right?
Yes, and makes everything crisp
Crunchy.
and crunchy.
Okay.
He knows that.
Yes.
Crunchy.
I know something.
And then, of course, we have some mussels.
Mussels.
Now, I would like to tell you, Prev, that Kabeshan tripped the beach this morning and collected them,
But
But
but he didn't. We got Paul's Fisheries send us some delicious mussels.
and Paul's Fisheries
Yeah.
all the way from Gauteng.
Oh wow.
Sending us mussels.
Send us
Yes,
mussels.
there we go.
Do you see what a disgrace that is?
Yeah,
I
no,
mean,
I know.
He's right here on the beach and we didn't get
We
a
had to get a
single.
Joburg
He
delivery.
came back with an empty bucket.
Yes, the mussels, as you can see, the mussels ran
not-
away from.
So there we are, half shell mussels.
great.
Right.
How are we doing the mussels?
Well, we're going to do the mussels in a wonderful sauce.
Okay.
A very creamy peri-peri sauce.
Okay, fun fact, right?
Yes.
I attempted, when I was living in Johannesburg,
Yes,
I was watching the Food Network and I saw someone cook mussels.
right.
Now, you know on the Food Network, it looks very easy till
Yes.
you try it
Oh,
yourself.
absolutely.
And I ended up making a mussel soup.
Oh,
It wasn't
okay.
a paste, it wasn't a anything,
just,
it was just like water and mussels.
Okay.
Yeah, you can put it as a protein shake and go to the
There we
gym.
go,
Man.
there we go, there we go, there we go.
So did you salvage it?
I did, it was still
Yeah.
tasty.
Yes.
I think yeah, it just wasn't
And then,
like
you
that.
know, when you tell people it's gourmet food, they're happy to accept almost
Exactly,
anything.
exactly,
And
exactly.
especially if I'm Prev ready.
You know what I'm saying? I can feed them soup. mussel soup.
So Prev, while we get started here,
Okay.
do you want to tell us about, how did you get into this industry? What are you currently doing?
Okay,
Just
so-
tell us the whole hog.
It's so weird, right? Oh wait, so what are we starting with the squid heads?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Okay.
So I'm just going to get started with marinating this. So Kubeshan, we're going to put some fish spice in there. So ordinary store-bought fish spice, absolutely amazing amalgamation of flavor.
Yes.
It's got lemon, it's got pepper.
It
so
smells amazing. And we
Yes.
haven't started yet, but that's just because I love seafood.
you love seafood.
You want a teaspoon of this?
I think we're going to put 2 teaspoons
Okay,
of it
yes,
in there.
please.
So we
Okay.
want to take away all the mystery
Yes.
around cooking.
Yes.
And I'm quite sure that you're going to fascinate your guests very soon.
Yes.
So 2 teaspoons of fish spice into this bowl. And then I have here my absolutely favorite spice as well. Also store-bought. Well, you see the sea air. It's just making all of this coagulate a bit. So there we go.
What is this? Oh.
It's pepper, it's spice, it's chili. It is
It's a nice mix.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's brilliant. So I'm going to put in here 2 teaspoons of Cajun spice. So that's Cajun spice for
spice,
your
got
record,
it,
okay?
got it.
And then, of course, because we're in Durban and
gotta add it.
because we are up to getting some spicy taste, I've got
Masala.
here some chili powder.
Yes.
So I'm just going to put a wee bit because
You don't have to put a wee bit. I
well,
mean, you can-
Kubeshan,
He likes it, leave
you
it.
like it? Should,
Make
should I
it
put a
hot
whole
for you.
teaspoon?
You already
Yeah.
met my mother. Have you seen?
And, well,
Yeah.
apparently she's going to be popping
She's gonna be
around.
Popping around. Yeah.
Okay.
She'll see us soon.
She's just doing her makeup and
Yeah,
sorting
yeah,
herself
yeah.
out.
Right. So, Kubi, you want to give this a
I'll
little
do
bit
this,
of
and he was telling us about how
yes,
he joined
so,
in.
Rev, yes.
So-
Can you go
so-
for it?
So everyone thinks that I started like this was overnight. For me.
Right,
I mean, okay,
yes.
so I am 24. I just turned 24.
You never say. You look wonderful. Okay.
It's the hair.
The hair.
So I started performing at the age of 15. I did my first show
Wow.
at Elizabeth Student Theatre
Yes.
at 15. It was Hairspray, directed by Themi Venturis.
All right.
Okay.
Yes. The
And-
good, oh, wonderful
Late
Themi.
Themi,
Late
yeah.
I always
Themi.
say I would be nowhere if it wasn't for Themi. And so I did that, and that's sort of like, that's when the entertainment bug sort of bit, where I knew I wanted to do it. Obviously, my parents being Indian, it was like, okay, cool, this can be a hobby.
Yes.
And
But you must find work.
must find work. So I went on to do more stage productions. I worked with Stephen Stead. I worked
Okay.
with Themi again.
All right.
And then when it came down to deciding what to study, my first option was law.
Right.
I don't know who on planet Earth would want me to defend them.
Yeah.
So I managed to convince my parents to send me to AFTA.
Right.
And my catch was, let me study producing because it's a business degree.
Right.
Somehow that worked.
Yes.
For my
They
parents.
fell for it.
They fell for it.
Okay.
So I got into AFTA, studied producing, and I took acting as a third subject. So I didn't get credits for it, or
Yes.
marks, but I still
Yes.
got to study the craft and
Oh, wonderful.
all of it. And then halfway through AFTA, I don't know what happened, but I started getting into comedy.
Okay.
And
And I
It's-
can definitely tell you, the minute you start comedy and that bug bites,
it's ridiculous.
It's
It's the most
ridiculous.
horrifying experience. I don't know why. I
Initial.
don't know why you do it. It's horrifying.
But once you and you're enjoying it, that
Exactly.
laugh just
Yeah, it's addictive.
yeah.
And so I got into comedy and started doing stand-up. But at the time, there was a sort of like a spike in the internet and people making videos on the internet.
oh yes,
So I decided to one day sort of merge my knowledge of filmmaking, my craft of comedy and then my craft of acting and put it into a video.
Because now that's the way to go,
That's
actually,
the way to
videos.
go.
And
And so
Wow.
I started doing that, and I just had, one video was basically something that happened between my mother and I thought it was just my mother and before I knew it, it was something that happened to every child.
Yes.
And so that's how the video sort of went viral. And now I'm in the space of creating videos, and I'm getting the opportunity to perform on stage, and getting the opportunity to act. And so
very good.
yeah.
Wow. Oh,
While you're
that is
thinking about what to say
fascinating.
next, there's some corn flour that we're putting
Right,
in.
so here's the corn flour we're
crisp it
telling you
up.
about. This is to crisp it up. So I'm just going to sprinkle this, and as you can see, Prev, very, very generously.
Yes.
And if we need to, we are just going to add more, because the idea is just to
depends.
completely
Okay, so while you're
coat
mixing
this.
that, I mean, this, how did Mum come about? It was just by, is it based on anyone?
No, so I actually have an auntie called Shamila.
Okay.
She till this day is very angry with me.
Oh, okay.
Because
People
she-
think it's...
So maybe you want to send her a shout out
I mean,
now.
Shamila, I'm really sorry.
But you're famous
You're
now.
famous now. So when I did the first video, I didn't have the intention of anything going viral. I don't think anyone does. I mean,
Yes,
you'd hope
yes.
a couple people see it. And
Yes.
then you
And
can
takes
work
off
from it,
from
because
there.
also making a career from the internet still isn't a realistic job. You know, it's literally by chance. And so when I did the first video, everyone was like, people started naming her Auntie Shamila.
Oh, wow,
She was
okay.
like, so that's how the name came about. I didn't even.
So it's not this
It's
Aunt
not
Shamala.
his fault.
It's not you.
Even
It's
though she
another Aunt
has the same
Shamala.
haircut as you. It is not you.
Okay.
And then I started to, obviously, once I saw there were people interested in the character, I started to develop it, give her a backstory, give her a husband, and now I created this sort of fantasy world that I live in with my Auntie Shamila and Uncle Babu, and that's the...
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, so that's the...
So and generally sometimes when you create a character,
Yeah.
it just takes off.
It's
It just
ridiculous.
takes off, yeah.
People like her more than me. People see me and they're like, Auntie Shamila. I'm like, I don't even have a wig on. You know, so it has taken off. And the great thing about it is that what's starting to happen is that it's not just targeted to Indian people now. I mean,
Yes.
all races are relating to a parent-kid relationship.
Yeah,
No,
because
but
you were in Comic-Con,
Yeah.
and did you
Yes,
do this
I
character
did, I
there?
did Comic-Con. Oh, I just got nominated for a Nickelodeon Kids Choice
Wow! Oh, that is
Well done.
absolutely amazing.
I'm still reeling from, because it's an international award.
Wow.
Yay!
And I've watched the Kids' Choice Awards since I was 5 with my granny. So
Okay,
Right.
so it's something that you enjoyed watching.
Exactly.
Wow.
So the fact
Okay.
that I'm nominated and representing South Africa is beyond me. But also it's proof that, hard work does pay off.
Oh,
If
absolutely.
you're consistent.
Well, it's also amazing that, I mean, like people as far afield as
Exactly.
Los Angeles
Yeah,
is,
yeah.
recognizing your
Yeah.
talent.
And we have
Wow.
people. I have people from literally all over the world that watch the videos, and people who immigrated to America, Australia, London watch the
Very
videos, and then
good.
they share it with their friends who live in those countries, and now those people are starting to watch the videos. So it's we're having a
Wow.
in viewership, which is
Wonderful.
exciting.
Durban boy.
A Durban
Durban
boy,
boy.
certainly doing
and
us
if
very
you get
proud.
there, do you know that they drop all that sludge
Slab,
and...
I'm ready for it.
Okay.
I'm ready for
Oh,
it.
good
And
for
that's the thing I push a lot with people is that I know everyone talks about, circumstance and this and opportunities and where you're from, but I live in Queensborough.
Yes,
I was raised in Chatsworth with my granny
right.
my whole life.
Yes.
And so it's not impossible if you really are passionate about
Yes.
something. It
To
doesn't
get
matter.
there.
Yeah, it doesn't matter where you. And a lot of the things that I was told once the video started picking up was, Indian comedy will box you. Indian comedy will
Yes.
restrict your audience.
Yes.
And I was like, but it's the only thing I know. So if
Yeah.
you stick to your guns and
Yeah.
push it,
And of
Yeah.
course, I always believe do what you know best.
yes.
And
Where you're comfortable and just
yeah,
push that out.
absolutely. Oh, wow, that is absolutely amazing.
That smells amazing.
That
That's-
certainly smells
That's really
amazing.
Calamari heads.
Right, so you want to put more of that in
Aye,
there?
you
Toby?
can-
I was
you
just
can.
being very cautious because I was listening very attentively to Prev.
Yeah.
So there we
we'll
go.
use that as the excuse, right?
Right, and I'm just
Yeah.
going to add
Some heat.
some heat there.
Yeah, we need.
Put really
that's
high
all we
up
need
again.
in Durban is more
More
heat.
heat.
More
Yeah.
heat.
This is the hottest summer we've had.
I think
Yeah,
so.
well, absolutely,
I think
yeah.
so.
It's the
This
hottest
is
summer we've had.
crazy.
But we also say that every year.
We do say that every
So
year.
I don't know what's happening.
I know. So, you know, it's either why is it raining so much or why is it so hot? Are we ever happy?
We just love to complain.
Yeah.
Well, I guess so. If you want any rain or whatever, just organize a cricket match. Rain.
Wow. That's
Oh, one time, true. That was the one time.
I don't know.
all right.
So what do you do in your? I know you probably don't have much spare time, but what do you do in your spare time?
I like to hang out. My friends are the most mad at me because one minute I was hustling to get on stages and
Yes.
unemployed, and
Yes.
now I don't have like free time.
Yeah.
But what we like to do is just literally go to the movies
Yep.
if we can.
Yeah.
We love to bounce a lot. You know the place with trampolines?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
serious?
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought that was a kid's place.
It's for all
Oh,
ages. They
okay.
should they have like a senior citizen session.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, we can
Hey.
go.
It's not we.
So that's something I've really gotten into, and then also just like going to gym, working out.
Right.
Used to be quite a chubby little.
No way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So
Did you nearly say Oompa Loompa?
Oompa Loompa. I was born, but I realized Oompa Loompas were slightly skinnier than I was.
Oh, really? Okay.
And then I got into gymming and boxing and all of that. So anything that involves, we call it, my friends and I call it arts and culture. So anything
Okay.
that requires us to like exercise and just
So
hang out.
a gym in Chatsworth,
A gym in Chatsworth.
typical Chatsworth
You
gym.
know what I'm saying? That's my favorite gym. Dancing to Bollywood numbers.
Yeah.
And then like obviously a balanced diet. So now that I'm at a healthier place, I don't mind every now and then, like on a Sunday.
Like doing
You
some
know?
squid heads and wow.
Fried, deep fried.
Deep fried.
Deep fried. Deep fried. Well, Kamsa goes deep fried and butter.
Oh,
And
She
butter,
loves her
and
butter.
butter.
is a must. Butter or ghee.
There you go.
Yeah.
So you know it. You know it. You've got some very,
I
very.
always-
So the idea is also not to mix this up. You just wanted to sit and you wanted to crisp on the one side and then just give it a turn.
Was I doing something wrong?
like
Yeah,
So that it doesn't mush up like your
Muscles.
muscles. So right.
Well, and that is our calamari squid heads.
smells. I can't tell you guys. It
Wow.
smells. So I can I.
They-
Yes,
okay.
absolutely.
Since you're the guest,
I know.
I'm not allowed to do it. I would have got a
Oh.
lovely.
Stunning.
There we go. Wow.
And of course, you see how crisp it is. So we would have had to fry it for quite a bit.
There we go. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is our starter calamari squid heads in corn flour.
And corn flour, just a crunchy, crunchy corn flour.
That's just my starter. Where's yours?